know.
Yeah.
We here, you know what I mean, for we here for another episode of 1-on-1 with 8. You know what I mean? And this right here, it's more of a public service announcement, man. You know, I'm here with my two brothers right here, man. I'm here with my boy Rip. You know what I mean? I'm here with my brother Idris. But welcome to our conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? So basically though, we just down here kicking it about the epidemic that's going on right now.
The pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic, man.
A little bit worse.
Yeah, well, the pandemic on steroids, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what they call it? Coronavirus.
The coronavirus. The COVID-19. That's the
COVID-19.
COVID-19 is the proper name, right?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is, man. And, you know, I guess how y'all pretty much feel. No, first let's get into the origin of it. Like, because I think this shit is a lot deeper than what people making this shit to be. And, you know, where it's coming from, no.
You know, we got, these two leading theories right now. But we know one thing for sure, it was originated in Wuhan, China.
Yeah.
That's one thing we know for sure, that it was originated in Wuhan, China. But what we do not know is how this virus is actually structured.
Yeah.
Is it airborne?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it technological? Or is it both?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So that's one of the biggest questions what we got right now.
And they saying, from what I heard, they saying that it depends on the surface. You know what I mean? That is on. I guess that a person touch and leave it behind. You know what I mean? It varies the time. I heard like cardboard or something that stay the longest. I forgot the time frame, but it's.
And that's why, and that's what's the most difficult thing to break through right now as far as to inform the people. It's a bunch of misleading narratives. You got 100 different narratives and no concrete direction or any concrete rules for us to abide by right now. You know what I mean?
But part of that is due to the fact that this virus has been around for maybe a month and a half, 2 months. And you're relying on information from doctors. And it started in China. Those doctors aren't the same doctors as the doctors in the U.S.
Yes.
The doctors in Italy, doctors in Germany. There's no. Not only are these doctors different, they're all dealing with something completely new. Yeah. So they can't teach you about something that they don't know about.
Word.
So they gotta learn and understand.
Word.
And this is a virus.
Yeah.
Viruses live. They mutate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
they adapt to us.
So what was true on day one isn't true day 96 or 63.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a learning process for everybody. You know, and unfortunate for us, the people that's supposed to be teaching us are learning us. Yeah. They're learning with us.
Yeah,
you know?
And it's like they're trying to string us along like they know what's going on, but they're not giving people any solid direction as far as to how to protect yourself.
How would you feel if I took you on a nature walk, right?
That's the only defense.
And how would you feel if I told you I didn't know what was going on, but you're supposed to be following me, right?
Still, yeah, it's a deep concept.
Well, I feel
also, how would you feel if I just lied to you?
I feel like an American citizen.
The third option is I'm upfront with you. Hey, we lost. Let me take 5 minutes to figure it out. Until then, keep yourself occupied. Don't wander.
Don't panic.
Don't wander. Don't panic. Give me 5 or 10 minutes to get my bearings straight, and then we'll go.
This is so you're basically saying that's equivalent to the situation we're in right now. How the government is leading us in the CDC and all these individuals, all these organizations.
A lot of people put in like a ridiculous pressure on the government to know everything.
Yeah.
But you forget that they're people. just like us.
Yeah.
You know, not only the people, their jobs are extremely stressful, and it's bureaucratic.
Yes, sir.
It takes 300 people to make one decision.
Okay.
So even if a doctor has the answer today, maybe another 30 people need to verify and approve that this is correct before they announce it. You know, and when it comes to vaccines, it takes even longer. You know, well, yeah, they're geniuses, but it takes hundreds of thousands of tries to make something.
Yeah,
and then you got to test it to make sure it works. How long does it take before you
the trial and error?
Trial and error. Not only trial and error. Let's say it works. How long can you do you wait until you see if there are any side effects? You know.
That's fact.
So it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah. And that's what they're not conveying to the American public. You know, we're keeping people, basically they're placing a pacifier in everyone's mouth right now because they're not giving you the severity of the situation, and they're not giving us a plan of action. I just feel like they're telling you to stay away from people, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, buy up all the food, and stay in the house. And I just feel like that's just a play for, that's just doom waiting to happen because, okay, if you're in a house and we're all locked, it's like one thing we're not paying attention to is the international scale. Like, I feel like America, we've been so jaded for so long as being a superpower and being the #1 country, and everybody looking to us for leadership and for finances and all of the nuances that come into this society, that we're actually under the illusion that this shit is not going to affect us the same way it's affecting Wuhan, the same way it's affecting Italy. These people are technologically advanced. Their country is technologically advanced just like ours. They're not third world countries. If this shit is if this shit is destabilizing their country and their society, and you see how these people are living, I don't understand why the American public is so much in denial, saying, okay, well, things are going to be back rocking by the end of April. No, I don't feel that way. Me personally.
They definitely won't if you don't stay in your house.
But see, what you about to say?
I was going to say the difference, what you just said, that what the government is saying, they're saying what he said, but he worded it better.
Yeah.
He worded it that it wasn't vague.
Yeah.
He like, well, I'm telling you
vague information. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to do. So it's best that you do this.
Yeah.
The government like, and well, you should probably do this because this and that.
They act like
no,
you know
I'm
what to
telling
do.
you I don't know what the fuck to do. Stay in the house.
But my thing is, okay, so let me play devil's advocate, because we taking advice, like we supposed to take that same advice from the same government who we ain't really trusting. You know what I mean? Who ain't gave us much to trust from them. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of tough to do. You know what I mean? Like, especially being like African American. So for me personally, I'm pretty much like the rest of everybody else in the country. It took for the nigga Rudy Gobert to catch the shit and them to say, yo, we taking the NBA down.
That's another thing. That's what got Black America to take this shit serious when we saw
because
people
beforehand
we idolized. Like athletes and entertainers and celebrities.
Because I just seen one person catch the coronavirus and it shut down a multi-billion-dollar industry overnight. So me, I'm always trained to follow the money, right? So when I look at things like, anything, world wars, basic conflict, outbreaks, viruses, I tend to research on the money. Who stands to benefit
from this whole situation?
Right? And it lead me to none other than Bill Gates, because of what I seen on him a couple years ago when he was doing the TED Talk. And he was talking about
our greatest issue in the future is not a nuclear war. It's a pandemic. It's a viral disease.
Yeah.
He said this specifically out of his mouth, man. It's like he kind of like prophesized this shit.
Exactly.
If you
so
go
now,
back and look at the video.
Now my thing is, if I would have called it, that's a prophecy. But if I'm sitting in Bill Gates' seat, I navigated it.
Damn.
That's deep.
Prophecy or navigation. It's estimation. It's his knowledge is different.
Exactly. He in a different circle.
Not only is he in a different circle, he reads and he studies different things. His life is oriented differently. You know, part of his job or his life's work is philanthropy and combating illnesses and eradication. So he's reading about disease constantly. He understands how it spreads, how fast it could spread, and the effects it would happen. So it's logical for somebody of Bill Gates' magnitude to be thinking about that on a regular day. Whereas opposed to the average person, their life isn't concerned with pandemic.
First one knew it, blew it.
Yeah, as I said, whoever smelt it, dealt it. You know what I'm saying? And because, especially when you dump your money into the cure for it,
vaccination.
So you stand a financial profit off of it,
off the people from suffering. But
and then, like I said, he talked about depopulation. You know what I mean? And I believe like that the elites and the tops, the shakers and the movers of the fucking earth, the Rockefeller, you know, like the Rockefeller, the Rothschilds,
the JP Morgans, the
Vanderbilts. Yeah, you know what I mean? They push for. Okay, so in a nutshell, humans overpopulating the earth with pollution and disease, shortness of food, natural resource. That's why we got so many GMOs and they cloning this and they cloning that, trying to feed so many people. So I believe they chasing a oasis, whether it be them trying to start a civilization off of the planet, or if they can't get off the planet, okay, let's eradicate some of these people, because we all heard it since we was kids what they've been doing over there with China, a 1 kid limit, or they, if it's a female, they abort control. Yeah, you know what I mean, the population control. So now it's like, do you sacrifice the people to save the earth? And I believe there's some people who make decisions on that shit, man. And I believe they use things, you know, they use things to clean us up. And all right, say they drop a bomb, right? That's too many casualties. That's gonna fuck too much shit up. I believe like diseases and shit like that.
It's a soft kill. It's a slow kill.
It's a slow kill.
And it's like a way to make it like, you know,
you keep your hands clean too, because
it's a way for me to hit you and hide my hand.
Yeah.
I can throw my rock and hide my hand. Cause it's a disease. You ain't physically see me go out and kill nobody. I ain't shoot nobody. I ain't round a bunch of people up and shoot them in their head like they would do back in, you know,
and I don't
times
believe
behead them. I just, you know, something just was spread subtly into the atmosphere, and all of a sudden we don't know what the fuck is going on.
You talking about it's a silent killer, man, and it don't leave no fingerprint behind. Like I said, I just follow the money. I see who stands to benefit. 9 times out of 10, you know what I mean? When there's smoke, there's a fire. And that leads me to my next thing. Okay, like, what y'all feel about social distancing? Before we even go into it, I find it funny as hell that they even have a name for this shit.
Off the bat.
And it's being pushed. You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit is being pushed.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. I kind of feel like the social distancing is what's going to create more of a panic of a situation, because you're telling me, now you got me afraid to communicate with my neighbor. I may need help.
Word.
I may need serious help. I may can provide some assistance, or we may can collaborate on something that can advance our situation and our living situation if things go crack down to a type of panic survival mode situation. My neighbor may know how to clean water.
Word.
I don't know how to do that. I never been to the army or you know, my neighbor may know how to go hunt or go
pick out survival tactics.
He got survival tactics that when society breaks down. But by social distancing, I'm so afraid that if my neighbor has the virus, I'm not even gonna be able to get close to him. And what if the phones and shit stop working? Just think about that. You know, everybody think, well, I'm gonna just FaceTime everybody. What if the phones stop working? What if the towers go down? Like the same way with Sandy.
Good.
When you couldn't use the phone, couldn't do shit. You just had to be in the neighborhood. Was no gas.
Good.
You know, just sit back and think about it. So I think the social distancing thing is I feel like it's a gimmick within itself, man. I think people should be right now, most importantly, creating a plan, creating a strategy amongst them, their families and their loved ones and whoever their comrades is, and kind of gathering. I don't care if you FaceTiming right now, put a plan together.
Word.
You know, all of this shit about staying in your house by yourself, man. I think that's a detrimental to if things go more sour than what we already see they are. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
I got a different opinion.
What you think?
I think it makes sense for the current situation.
Okay.
Because if you look at Italy, you look at Germany, and you look at the infected parts of China,
okay,
they can't do what we're doing right now, right? They can't get on the road and just drive 20 minutes. And the reason, because their infection rate is way higher than ours. So why not be proactive and get ahead of it? Try and slow down the rate of exposure while you try and increase your supply of test kits. Now, you're working on getting more test kits, and at that same time, you're limiting the virus's chance to spread. Right? Okay. No one's saying that you can't go out, that you can't talk to people. Nobody's saying you can't go see your neighbor. You know, it's saying, hey, keep groups to a minimum and don't go out unless you need to. You know, and that's it. I don't think that's too big of an ask for considering the situation, or how severe the situation could be.
Gotcha.
Would you rather sit in the house, or would you rather everybody around you be infected?
It's true.
And they can't test you right now, and they don't know how to cure it.
But my counter to that would be, they brought this to the Trump or the administration, our administration. Yeah. This was brought to their attention in December.
Yeah.
They already knew. They turned this shit down. They didn't.
They turned down test kits.
They turned down test kits so it could be more profitable. Whatever reason it was, whatever you want to run with. But they turned it down. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Now we're in this situation that we're in right now. Also, when Trump got in office, he removed the pandemic. Whatever facility or entity was in control of when something like this was to occur, he obliterated that. He destroyed that. He got rid of that when he got in office. He removed that. Yeah. So I just feel like now you're telling us you removed all of the things that was in place for us to have a plan or initiative for this, but now you don't. I understand not us just being in big ass groups. But I'm saying if you gotta get on FaceTime or it's 3 people or something that you could meet up with. I mean I know it's dangerous right now, but I just feel like we gotta stay in. We need strong lines of communication. Let me say that. We may not have to be in the same rooms with each other, but we need very strong lines of communication. We need a plan of execution. We need a evacuation route. These are things that we, as a community, we don't have right now. We not even thinking on that level because we feeling like, oh, that shit ain't gonna get that bad. But I'm just saying at this point, what if? Like, I'm 31 years old. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. I've spoken to people who's double my age in their 60s, and they say, well, I've never seen it get this type of bad. So I'm just, that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. And that's my thing. Like, I'm more so on that side of the fence because, like I said, I got very little reason to trust my government, right? That's just how I feel personally. I believe that they pushing, I believe that they pushing this distancing thing. That's the only thing that they pushing to me. Like, they're not pushing no real, defense for it. Yeah. The only defense
they don't have one.
Yeah, but my thing is, we do have one.
What is it?
And we have strategies like building our immune system up. You know what I'm saying?
Like they not never bringing up. Nobody's speaking on that.
Ain't nobody speaking on that though. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see if we want to eliminate things like filling up arenas you know what I mean? Like things.
We'll talk about being more healthy though. You know,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we got things. We got vitamins out here that we could take on a daily. The same way how we would combat ourselves when flu season rolled around.
Grab some Flintstones.
we have
we got vitamins. We got
herbs,
sea moss. We
natural
got herbs.
You know,
It's alkaline water. It's things that we could. It's things while we in this quarantine. It's things that we could be doing to build our immune system.
it's
But
herbs.
to my point earlier,
Uh-huh.
how could they recommend something to you to take to combat it if they don't know what that is? And remember, this is a virus, not
I know
a common cold.
But what they're saying
and it's a specific type of virus that came from an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So how can they tell you today to go buy something from over the counter to combat something that they don't understand?
But my thing is this, right? They're saying that the symptoms of it is a flu.
Yeah.
It's a respiratory thing.
Exactly.
We have natural herbs that's grown naturally
Respiratory defense.
that build your respiratory defense, that build your immune system, that build your T cells, that do all these things, that push out heavy metals and toxins. These are the things your doctors and them are not going to tell you. They're just going to say, take these pills. All this wild ass medicine you can't pronounce, you can't spell it. It's just saying take it and it never get you better. It only just, and then it comes with side effects too, right? They're never saying, okay, I have even heard one doctor say, okay, well, if this is a flu-like type of thing, a stronger flu, and it's going to attack your immune system, people that have weak immune system, why not try taking vitamin C to build up your immune system? Or if you want to get deeper, take some echinacea, which is a natural herb that builds up your immune system, that fights colds and flus and things of that nature. Or how about take some sea moss, Irish sea moss gold, sea moss gel. This shit, it protects you, it boosts your immune system, it pushes out mucous membranes, it destroys them, and also it attacks all respiratory infections. If they're saying that coronavirus attacks your respiratory system, why won't you tell me to take something that's going to strengthen my respiratory system and push radicals and bacteria out of my respiratory system?
The difference is everybody's comparing it to the flu.
Yeah.
And obviously
that's the only thing that we got to compare it to.
That's what you have to compare it to.
Yeah.
But it's not the same virus.
Okay.
So obviously the treatment isn't going to be the same. If it was, trust me, if not this government, another government would have done it, and this would be over.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? But one thing I say to combat that is because I feel like the things that I'm speaking of or the herbs that I mentioned, that's a holistic way of taking care of things. The holistic, the holistic and the regular and medicine doctors are at war with each other. There's a lot of secrecy things going on. A lot of holistic doctors coming up dead. You could study this shit, man. One thing I would speak on is this. At this time, it's like, okay, I could run with a regular doctor, or I could run with somebody who was highly astute and highly prestigious in this shit, like Dr. Sebi. Somebody I know that went up against the government and beat them.
Yeah.
He beat them. Documented. This is what the people don't. They're not going to tell us that. So if he's telling me that, okay, these certain herbs and these certain things is what's going to combat and it's going to help you to stay strong, your body won't be in dis-ease. You feel me? Because when you have a disease, that means your body is in dis-ease. Something is not balanced. The food that we eat don't give us the minerals we need for our body, man.
Not them 4 for 4.
It's 102 minerals in our body. It's not many foods that we eat that provide that. Sea moss is 92 of those 102 minerals that your body need that it doesn't create on its own. This is a fact, man. And that's just like, of course, they're not gonna push it because they're not making money off it and they ain't battle with it. But I'm looking at it just for my people. We melanated people, we all black people, we all, you know what I mean? We come from the same shit. I'm just gonna get some game that I feel like, I know me personally, I can speak for myself, not just Dr. Sebi saying anything. Since I've been taking this stuff for the past 3 or 4 years, I could count on my hand how many times I've been sick. I was slightly sick one time this entire year on my birthday for like 3 days because I went outside and had a scarf and everything going. Something kind of caught on to me. 3 days of me taking my echinacea, I finally got my hands on some sea moss. Shit was out of me. It never came fully down to me. I never was sick. My body automatically fighting it. You feel what I'm saying? And I know that's because of me taking echinacea, taking wheatgrass, spirulina. Like it's different herbs that I'm telling you that we could take right now that could kind of at least, okay, if they telling me just to keep gloves and a mask, I don't wear gloves and a mask, use hand sanitizer. I at least want to keep something that say, okay, the natural forces in my body that's supposed to fight all of this shit, because your body is supposed to fight this shit. At least I would know my shit is more at a higher level versus me just walking in. I'm already eating GMOs. You eating all this badass food that's tearing and breaking your body down. Like, this is a fact.
Yeah.
It's 2020. We don't gotta. It's no conjecture now. We got documentaries on documentaries, evidence on evidence that shows you that the food they're giving us is killing us. They put metals in our water.
Yeah.
Chemtrails is metals in our air. You know what I mean? We inhaling all of this shit. We drinking all of this shit. Our body is polluted.
So let's talk about that for a minute, though. You know what I mean? Like, so we know right now, so far, we know we got this thing called coronavirus, right? Mm-hmm. We can all agree that it's a new virus, it's mutating, there's no real defense for it. And first and foremost, like, that's the whole point of us coming together and chopping it up today. Because conversations like this, it need to be had. You know what I'm saying? And not only do it need to be had, it need to be witnessed. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody, you know what I mean, who watching this right now or whatever, need to add on. You know what I mean? Like, shoot back like what you think, how you feeling, anything. Because like I said, conversations like this need to be had because right now, publicly, they pushing for us to desocialize. You know what I mean? And I personally feel as though that's the wrong direction. This time right now is more than ever, we need to communicate with each other because I feel like that because I never seen a country respond to nothing that I've been through in my lifetime. I never seen the government respond how it's responding now. And I don't take shit like that lightly because I was here for 9/11. I was here for 08, you know, the housing bubble crash and all that shit, and Hurricane Katrina. Yeah. I miss Hurricane Sandy physically because I was away on a little vacation. Yeah, so I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you was on vacation too. And I always said that when I came back though, like yo, for niggas who for all the stories that I heard that happened out here during Sandy. Yeah. And I still come home and I see niggas still playing around and shit like, oh shit, a game out here. Like nigga, y'all just seen how real it get. Like y'all seen the well go dry.
It was destabilized.
Without
power,
easy,
and gas, it should destabilize everybody. Everybody's running around with their heads cut off. So imagine if the food supply and everything cut.
And that's why I'm saying. This conversation right here, right now, is so important. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know why. I just told y'all why it's important. But like I said, you know, like so. Also, you know, like we talked about, like we're gonna get into the chemtrails and shit now, right? So we all know it's a difference between chemtrails and contrails. You know, contrails is the evaporated water, XYZ. You know that you see come off planes or whatever, then it disappear within a matter of seconds or minutes. Then we got something else called chemtrails. You know, trails of chemicals. And them chemicals, like, now them the lines that you see in the motherfucking sky.
Metal particles, man.
And them lines is up that motherfucker for
nice couple hours, maybe a day.
Maybe a day, you know what I mean? To you know what I mean?
How many years they been doing that for?
Since I was a kid.
How many years they been doing these chemtrails for? You can't even probably remember because it's been so long that you've been just looking like, what the fuck is this? What is those streaks in the sky?
But until you found out or until you find out what chemtrails is, that's when that shit will hit you a little bit different. And they speak on it. You know what I mean? There's government officials who've actually spoken on it and said, nah, this is, and you know they what they say, they saying this for I want to say like global warming to reflect the sun radiations and all that shit.
Like deflected or something like that.
Yeah.
So it don't affect the earth as much.
Yeah.
But that's all. But whatever lies.
But nobody is talking about the effects that it's having on the human bodies. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about dropping flakes of fucking metals and everything else. And these is particles. And they particles so small that we can inhale this shit. So you just imagine inhaling all this bullshit for years, drinking leaded water with these same fucked up ass particles
for years. And all that shit. You see what's going on in Newark right now.
And
you ain't gotta look too far to think about, oh, it's lead water. How many other cities?
And my thing is, the human body already got natural fucking metals and shit in it, and now you add more metals, right? So now that's, to me, in my mind,
Iron Man.
yeah. and now you usher in this thing they call 5G, right? It's the 5G network. Cell phone. It's the bandwidth and everything, and it's supposed to make it's supposed to make our world. They call it the Internet of Things. You know what I'm saying? Smart TV, smartphone,
smart everything,
smart doorbell, smart refrigerator.
Dumb people.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
And dumb people.
Yeah, smartphone, dumb person, man, and. You know, and when you talk about cell phones, we talking about radiation.
Yeah.
And so now, if you take these same metals that we have in us, and you take these towers, and you take these cell phones, and you and they power these motherfucking machines up, you pumping out all this radiation.
Plus the chemtrails that's already in the atmosphere and the metal that's in your body.
So how I see it is basically you take a fucking fork and you stick it in the microwave and cut that fork on. Everybody know what happens then. See what I'm saying? So basically, we been, you know what I mean? Like we gonna be getting cooked from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that also causes, our immune system to go weak, and it makes us more susceptible to these viruses and other things out here. But before we get on to the 5G a little bit more, what y'all think about chemtrails though? Like, is it like do you believe is harmful, or it's just like it's not enough to affect us?
I don't know.
I'm about to say, or do we even know enough about it?
Yeah. I mean, but that's a safe answer.
I can be honest and say that I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lot of research and people that's highly reputable researchers and people on top of their field that's saying this shit is dangerous, and that's been fighting against this shit and telling you, okay, the particles that they spreading are bad particles. Well, they saying, well, it's bad, but we doing it for a good purpose. I don't know. It's just it's up to you. You do research and you see how many reads gonna say chemtrails are bad to they saying that chemtrails are good for society, and you just you do your math.
Because there are pros and cons to everything.
Absolutely,
it's true.
And
for sure.
I don't think there's anything that we use today that doesn't have a negative impact on us, no matter how good it is.
Yeah, cars, all this shit. Yeah.
So there's even that plastic cup you're drinking out of
it's fucked up.
contributes to some type of pollution that has a negative effect on our health. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say chemtrails are horrible. I'm not gonna say they're good.
But that's safe to say though. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, a lot of that stuff comes from the distrust that I have from my motherfucking
government.
From my government, though.
It goes back to something you just said. It kind of slipped my mind, but it was like the bad versus good. But then I can't remember exactly what I wanted to say, but it's kind of like, it's the same thing. Like, that's the reason why I was the Robin Hood theory. Like, that's the reason why I was robbing them to do good. So, but you saying it's okay to slowly kill everybody to keep the planet alive for more people. Yeah, it's the same thing to me.
Yeah,
like depending on how you weigh it out.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about the end goal. We don't know the end goal because we ain't made it to the end yet.
And we not part of the.
We ain't part of that.
Conversation.
We just pawns in the whole.
Yeah.
In the whole entire scheme.
I just, I'm just not one of them people you can't sell. Yeah, you can't sell me. You can't sell me salt and tell me that shit sugar. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my own research on it. I'm gonna come up with what I'm gonna come up with, and
that was nothing sweet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't nothing sweet, baby. You know what I'm saying? But and like I said, that takes me to 5G. You know what I mean? Like, what y'all feel about knowing what y'all knowing, and which is the same thing I know, you know what I mean, probably a little bit more, probably a little bit less, but it's like, how do y'all see things or, you know, feel about the future of our technology and where that thing going with this 5G thing?
I don't think 5G itself is the problem.
Oh no, it's never.
I think
it's never the pure product. It's how it's used.
It's the way it's used, and it's the way the consumer interacts with it.
Good.
So, I have a smartphone, but at the same time, I understand the power of the phone in my pocket.
Yeah.
Understand why it's valuable for data collections.
Yeah.
Understand that because it's a computer, it can be hacked, even though it is encrypted.
Yeah.
So there's nothing on my phone that I can't do without or that I can't replace.
Okay.
So I think as a consumer, if you're going to use a product that has 5G capability, you should be aware of what it is that you're using and what type of information you're sending out there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying read the terms and agreements to every app that you download because
you ain't.
no one's gonna do it. No one's got that time.
I don't care how much shit I talk. I ain't reading none of that shit. I'm hitting okay.
You know it's tracking you.
Yeah.
It's possibly recording you.
It's listening to you
through
like
your
a
front and
motherfucker.
back cameras.
Yeah.
You can't pull a battery out like you used to do in the back of the day. And so if you plan on going to commit a crime, you might want to leave it at home.
Yeah.
You know, and but then even it's a damn camera everywhere.
Yeah. It's a, it's the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I believe.
It's Big Brother. Big Brother's
Act.
watching everywhere. It's a camera everywhere, not just because of that one action. So listen. So if you look back to that, right, the Patriot Act being enacted, a lot of people don't even understand that. But if you're watching this, look it up and see how it affected the state of our country and the state of privacy and the state of everything. That shit created everything right now for the past probably decade to 15 years. The Patriot Act since 9/11.
And they saying that's one of the reasons why they took down the towers so they could enforce this.
So now, right?
But that's how I feel about this virus.
Exactly.
Though.
So now you think about the virus coming in the act, the coronavirus.
Don't go too deep. I want to backtrack just a little bit before you go too deep.
Go ahead.
The female who went to East Orange Hospital.
The one who gave the fake name and all that shit.
Gave all the fake stuff. Couldn't nobody find her.
Yeah.
So would you think they used some of the little Homeland Security, FBI face recognition? Because next thing, they found
her so fast, right?
Yeah, like after they complained that they couldn't find her, we don't know where she at. Yeah, we got her.
It's not that hard to track people.
Yeah.
I can find anybody.
I mean, not to put your business out there.
I can find anybody.
That was kind of the job.
This is what you do.
We know you can't. We know you ain't got no problem finding
Hold up. Let me put the little black thing over his face.
Yeah.
He's not really here.
Yeah, we got the unmarked man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, it's not that hard to find people.
Word.
If the government, not even the government, if anybody wants to find you, they will find you. You can't hide. It's a matter of time of when they want to make contact. That's it.
So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
You can't.
You ain't low like I ain't low.
Nah, you ain't Kaiser.
I thought I left the phone home. I thought I left my phone home. But
I mean, I could just get low, go off the grid. And
oh no. And that's the thing about the 5G, right? Because it's a lot of people who think how you think.
Oh yeah, they got it's once you on hell and all that shit. Go ahead, tell them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
you ain't never gonna be low.
Nah. And that's the thing because because I don't want to get too far in it because I'm not sure how they run it right now. But I remember the other day on the news I was saying that Amazon opened up their store and it's
around another 100,000 people.
Yeah, because now
the only companies that's expanding during this virus.
This shit happened the other day.
Today.
Yeah, they opened up the first store. And it has like no cashiers.
Oh no, we're talking something different.
Yeah. But they ain't got no cashiers. So you could go in that motherfucker, you could pick up what you want, and you could walk out the motherfucking store. Yeah. So I don't know if they playing with the RFID chips. 9 times out of 10, that's what they playing with.
That would have been your phone, cause they started up in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
that was the first one.
What?
The Amazon store. So you could walk in. and you just putting stuff in the cart. Going because there's so many cameras. Just blink, you throw in the cart. Blink, you. Even right now, I went to shop right this morning.
Yeah.
So you scan, blink, but you figure, all right, this is a can of soda. I don't want to put it in the bag, so you go back to put it in the cart, and the screen like you didn't put it in the bag. Do you want to put this in the bag? It pop up on the screen. This happened to me at 6 something this morning. Cause I'm like, huh? I'm like, this shit notice that I ain't put it in the plastic bag to the left. That since it was a can of soda, when I scanned it, I wanted to put the can of soda back in the cart. Yeah. So the camera see you, it didn't see you go this way. You went this way.
And also
the one item.
Also that bag is on top of a scale.
Yeah, exactly.
So it noticed you scanned and it didn't feel a weight. And the last thing you scanned was soda.
So they know how much that motherfucker soda away.
That's another thing people don't think about when they think of data collections. They don't think of companies.
Yeah.
They're so afraid of the government that they're not worried about
who buying the data. Well, who owns the data.
Who owns the data.
Yeah. Fuck buying it. Who own that shit.
I'm a real estate agent now. And one of the things we do is you could use Zillow, not Zillow, but Facebook or Google for ads.
Yeah.
But if somebody clicks on that ad, now I can send them more listings that are similar.
Yeah.
Have you ever I'm sure you have.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it's
Lawyers
the same
do the
thing.
same shit.
It's the same thing,
It's the same algorithm.
Instead of actually just watching what you do, they target what to sell you. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Like if you hop, for instance, I jump on Google right now and I look up, I look up a flight, or I don't know. Let's say I look up NBA tickets. Yeah. Now I jump on Facebook and Instagram.
You'll see ads.
I'm going to see ads left and fucking right. And what it's doing is, what the algorithm is doing is, they learning you.
Yeah,
they learning you. They learning your tendencies
and all that shit. That
and
shit
it's the
weird
same.
As fuck, man.
But
it's tripping me out, man.
But it's the same things that's the same thing they've been doing to us since kids. You know what I mean? Since birth. You keep a record of your shots. Keep a record of your schools. Your schools, they monitoring your behavior. That's how they figuring out how many jails to build. See what I'm saying? Because they monitoring you from a youth. They monitor your grades. They monitor your live about, your schools you go to. That's all the guidance counselors do. They, you know what I mean? They there to report. So now when it turned out, 8 go knock down a motherfucking building, they can see it. Like they say, hindsight is 20/20. So now looking back at shit,
he always had them tendencies.
He always had them tendencies. So now, when you go inside these courtrooms,
that's how they paint you like on some monster shit.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's a society, exactly.
So it's all. So now you take all this this data, right, from the kid who shot up this high school, the dude who shot up this movie theater, the kid who did this, the person who did that. And so now you get to be able to put people in a category, right?
Great crime.
So now you're talking about minority report. So now you fast forward this from 2020 to 2040. We know the tendencies of crime that you might commit. So now we can lock you up before you even commit it because you got them tendencies.
Minority report, Patriot Act, all that's insane. We see from this pattern, we see that since you always buying camera gear at Amazon, that's made by Canon, that we just came out with this new flash, you're more likely to get it. So we gonna let you know first.
Yeah, we'll give you a discount.
And that's what I'm saying. And you feel so special. We feel so, and you can do this on a new B&H photo credit card.
And but that's where that's where I would say my anxiety come from. I'm gonna use the word anxiety. That's where my anxiety come from with this virus thing. Because now, what human rights we gonna give up now to be safe, to feel better?
Facts. That's the whole shit. What people not realizing right now. That's the bigger play.
And that's all I
the
see
bigger
from
play
it.
with people not understing, like,
because, like we said, the 9/11 that ushered in the Patriot Act.
You gave all your privacy.
Yeah, and it's like I always revert back to Maya Angelou. Why do the cage birds sing? The cage birds sing because he feels safe in the cage.
This right
He
here.
not free though.
Them health apps that's on your cell phone.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what
what
that
I'm
is
saying?
right there. So
And that's all that's all I think of personally. The cage bird sing because he feels safe in it. But you gave up your liberty. You gave up your freedom to feel safe.
mm-hmm.
So now we can leave the cage door open. You ain't gonna fly out because you don't feel safe out there.
And with this shit now, you talking about social distance. Fuck. Alright, somebody ran a plane into the thing. You could stay away from you. You know, I had people scared, but now you saying, yo, you can't even be next to nobody.
But this the ultimate boogeyman.
Exactly.
It's the ultimate boogeyman. It went from
you scared to be next to your family.
you ain't communicating. So now, alright.
When we all need communication and hugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
True.
think about the baby
and prayer
who left and you know and ain't getting no hugs from mama.
Word.
The baby might die. Or the baby gonna grow up fucked up.
Good.
They telling us we can't be next to nobody to get no hugs, so I can't go see grandma.
Nah.
So grandma just feel lonely as hell in the damn room by herself.
That's it. Oh, she quarantined for 14 days.
Yeah, like she gonna die because she don't feel no love. Is all the anxiety from I don't know what the hell going on, and can't nobody come tell me grandma's gonna be okay. We love you.
Yeah.
And now they saying that the grandmas them is the most ones at risk.
Yeah.
So now it's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's what I'm saying. That.
Because-
Yeah, fuck.
So that's what I'm saying. The country and everybody is vulnerable right now because they taking leadership from leaders who we could never trust from day fucking one.
Day one. The leader of
I don't
our
care
shit
what I don't
is a reality show, nigga. Man, they got this shit. We
see what I'm
living in a real life reality show. This some real. I don't know if people really see how it's really playing out. This shit is bugged to me right now.
No, this shit's super bug. And the thing is, the thing that
Donald
gets
Trump
me
is the president, my nigga.
Yeah, but the thing that gets me is people follow this shit blindly though. Like, okay, all right.
Them niggas out here.
So we just see the other day, they told Philly, they told the streets of Philly, non-violent charges, we ain't locking you up.
We need to get that shit and read to ask you what they said you not getting locked.
Oh yeah,
So
we're
come outside in hell and shit is what they
So
saying.
come out here, sell these 100 bricks, right?
Let me see if
Come
I can
outside,
find
commit a robbery charge. Come outside, whatever the fuck you want to do.
Come
Long as
outside
it's
and
not
ride
violent,
on
right?
up because we ain't even really paying you too much money.
it.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull it up right now so you can read right from
So now my thing is, okay,
This from Fox News. This some real shit.
we
This
can't.
shit-
We not gonna take you to jail because you're gonna tie up the pipeline, right? We gonna give you a summons or whatever. So now, I ain't gonna have my ID. I'm gonna shoot you an L. If you ain't taking me to jail for committing a crime, you damn sure ain't taking me in for shooting you an L. You ain't. What you gonna take me to the precinct and fingerprint me? You ain't gonna do all that. Ain't no court system open.
You don't want me in the car with you.
Yeah. So now my thing is, so now when people come out and they act on that shit, what's next? Martial law gonna be next. What they gonna do when they come with martial law? They gonna
Laying
use
niggas
deadly
down.
force.
Laying niggas down.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't taking nobody to jail.
Yeah, we lame.
So only way you'll go to jail is if you commit a violent crime. But if you being violent,
They can react.
they gonna react violent.
So it's all telling you, come on out here so we could help exterminate y'all.
See what I'm saying? But that's what I see when I see shit like that. That's why I always look at the bigger picture. And that's why I keep pressing the issue. That's why we got the camera ruling now. Like, that's why we having this type of conversation. Because niggas gonna fall into that booby trap.
Cause you know what we said
Niggas
last
gonna
night.
fall into that
we
trap,
said
man.
last night, cause our community, which is I'm speaking for the urban community, man.
Yeah.
You know, the lower income, the ghetto community. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, the hood, whatever you want to call it. This is what I'm speaking for, man. We the least informed, the least resourced, cause they ain't giving us shit, and we the last to believe this shit is real, man. And we the most it's gonna affect though. It's gonna hit us the hardest.
But
all this shit gonna hit us the
We
hardest.
already got them forces against us, And then you put social distancing on top of it. This is what I'm saying.
And motherfuckers already don't trust each other.
Yeah, because
in these
niggas,
communities.
because I'm from Hawthorne, I don't fuck with them niggas on Chancellor. So we already had that barrier up against each other.
So how, you know, in a panic crisis,
how we gonna communicate? We ain't gonna communicate. You see what I'm saying? Now we gonna have outside forces crashing down on both of us. You know what I mean? On all of us simultaneously because they got curfew in place. So what's gonna happen when everybody disrespect the curfew? They gonna enforce the fucking law. And they not coming to zip tie nobody. You see what I'm saying? Because they ain't got nowhere to take you. Where the fuck they take you?
So what they said. They said breaking. Philly police officers instructed to stop making arrests for following list of what are considered non-violent crimes. Here is the email sent to city police officers telling them just to obtain arrest warrants for now.
See what I'm saying?
For all narcotic offenses. That means you can sell all the bricks you want.
You can sell dope. You can sell heroin.
Right on the streets in front of the cops. All they gonna do is try to get a warrant for you. They ain't even gonna lock you up. Theft from persons, retail theft from auto, burglary, vandalism, all bench warrants, stolen auto, economic crimes like bag check fraud. You know, hitting pieces hitting. You know, you niggas that be scamming and shit.
Pieces is hitting right now.
Prostitution. You could just be tricking right now.
That shit back down to $40 now.
When they giving them $1,000 out?
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Hey yo,
I'm going.
hey yo. When the fuck you ever seen the government sit here and say they paying U.S. fucking citizens, man? Yeah. They sending out $1,000 whatever the fuck they sending out. My thing is, we seen America at its knees before, and it never reacted like this.
They did the stimulus before. I think it was Bush, the second Bush.
Yeah.
But I maybe when the market crashed, they gave people like $400, $700 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah, this right here, like I said, and every time. We give up more liberties.
Like, and then it says like, okay, why would they announce some shit like that and put it all over?
If that's the type of time y'all gonna just move like that, don't give it to the fucking public.
Why would you? That's like that's like announcing GTA.
Yeah.
It's Grand Theft Auto. Do you? You feel me? This shit is.
They banking on our ignorance for the response. So now that's
so they can enact exactly what the fuck they want to.
So now they could blow the flag, they could blow the horn and bring in martial law. Damn. See what I'm saying? If I got a safe full of money, I ain't gonna tell everybody the safe open. If y'all see the door closed, you don't know it's unlocked. I ain't gonna tell you it's unlocked. But like I was saying. What's that?
We 53 minutes in.
All right, that's good. But like I was saying though, I believe and I believe the social distancing thing is going to hurt us more than it's going to help us. I understand why they saying this in place. I understand they logic and the reason, but I believe the back end is going to hurt us even more because. We already been distancing ourselves. We already been personalizing everything. Like I said, all right, you take it back, let's say to the 90s. It was a household, right? Mm-hmm. It was a house phone. Then it went to 2 lines. It went from a house phone to, all right, I got my own run phone now. Mm-hmm. Then it go from that to, it's a cell phone in the house. Then it went to, everybody got their own cell phone. Ain't no more house phone. So you already broke down the house. The house already segregated from right there, from this point. Now you add in, like I said, the personalizations, right? Now you could get my iPhone is blue, mine is yellow. This my screensaver. This my fingerprint for my phone. This my facial recognition. You still breaking everything down. So now, you have a moment like this when they say, okay, we desocializing, right? Everybody already in their bubbles now. So now, instead of families having family times right now or whatever, everybody, I'm on my Instagram. You on your YouTube. He playing the game. Everybody's already inside the household. So now, shit get bad out there, right? It go from bad to worse. We in, let's say, they saying what they projecting about 8 weeks for this thing to for them to have some type of response. All right, you know, let's say, you know what I mean, playing devil advocate.
We don't even know what week we in.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, though.
We really don't even know
That's
what
a
fucking
fact,
week
though.
we in.
Is this week 1 or week 5?
You know what I mean? So for us, we only in week 1. You know what I mean? Like, this only our first week of going through this curfew shit, this, that, and the third. All right, now let's say shit get ramped up and shit start getting enforced. Or they put the whole city on fucking lockdown. Because in San Francisco, they on 24-hour lockdown for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They can only leave the house for medical and grocery, right? Nope. We ain't on curfew until 8 o'clock.
And I don't even know if that shit really being like fully enforced.
See what I'm
at
saying?
the moment. They just
shoot a
trying
little
to see
jab.
how niggas.
I
I see y'all gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Cause they know it's a whole type of different city.
Yeah. And that's
Put
what I'm saying.
slammers all day, so
Yeah.
they know to enforce and think you're gonna be throwing everybody on the ground.
They're
It's gonna have some resistance.
They're gonna have to roll some tanks in here for that
yeah,
shit, man.
there's gonna be some resistance.
They're gonna have to roll some tanks in here. So now, you know what I mean? Calling a spade. We some ignorant niggas. You know what I mean? Nook some motherfucking, you can't tell Nook shit. Nook is Nook. We play by our own rules. So now let's say 2 weeks from now or a week from now, they ready to enforce the rules. We already, you know what I mean? We already segregating this, that, and third. Let's say for whatever reason, you gotta evacuate the city. You gotta fled the city.
Okay, question. Why would you have to evacuate the city, and where would you be going?
We definitely don't know where we going.
No.
That's
That's
the biggest question.
That's
So-
the thing, right?
So, I get the skepticism,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like the skepticism is more on the government and not the pandemic.
Yeah. Fuck the pandemic.
Right?
Fuck that, man.
But hold
Them
on.
niggas coming.
But wait,
Yeah.
the pandemic is there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Why is that not threat number one? If we see how it's affecting other countries.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because we from Newark, New Jersey. Our threats is different. We don't. I'm smoking a mile right now. I know the threats of the cancer, this, that, and third. I don't care about that threat. I care about the nigga that might come through this door. That's the more imminent danger to me. I could fuck around, catch an asthma attack, or catch a fucking cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer take me out. Alright, cancer took me out. It wasn't one of you fucking ass niggas who took me out.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. It might sound a little fucked up to people, but that's a win in my book because I grew up with a different type of threat. So my threat is always in a physical form. It's not more so in health or this, that, and third. But that's just the way. And it's a lot more people out there who see it how I see it.
But I think it's both though. I agree. With
I
both.
think it's a problem.
I think it's both. I think it's what you're saying. It's the pandemic, and it's also the government because it's the pandemic because obviously we don't know the structure of this virus or how severe it really is.
Yeah. Until I see a nigga drop dead off corona, it's just like it's still food to me.
That's
But
another reason why.
that's a problem though.
Yeah.
That's a big problem, and that's why we're in the situation we're in now.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I got to see it for myself before I take it
Really
serious.
real.
Yeah.
And you criticize the president for not ordering the health kits because he thought like him.
Yeah.
He thought, oh, I ain't got to worry about that. That's over there.
Yeah.
You can't criticize him for thinking the way you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you think what you're thinking is right.
Yeah.
So, for
But-
me, I understand the whole skepticism behind the government, but I don't think that's rational at all.
Yeah. But it's
You
not
know?
rational. It's rational for me because I'm only thinking for my individual and my immediate people. He got to think for a whole fucking country.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking they not telling us shit, so that's why
Yeah,
that's why I'm looking at them funny because now what what real? They're not giving us no real defensive tactics. Like they saying, well, they don't know. But I just find that hard to believe, man.
The problem you have is that you want answers and nobody can give you answers.
Hell yeah, because it's like, how can
This is America the Great.
Yeah,
because it's like,
gotta
okay,
have
the regular way of living life and you moving around, it's like, okay, it's cool to say that people have had diseases in this society since since each of us have been born, diseases have been around.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been one that they can tell. They always told you how you couldn't get it, how you could present. It was always clear preventative measures from each disease that we always found out about growing up. I don't know, that's just me. It was AIDS, whatever, STD, even
what
different
year, what year were you born?
I was born in '89.
Right, and what year was it the first case of HIV?
I'm not even sure.
Magic Johnson.
But the point I'm trying to make is all those diseases that you knew how to combat, our government have been dealing with for at least 20 years. It's been a month and a half. And you expect them to give you answers?
So they say it's been a month and a half.
But we do know that
it's okay for you to distrust this government. But why would you distrust the global government?
Because
why?
Me?
Yeah, if you see that other governments treat their people way better than this government treats us, why would they subject their people? It's not in their nature. It's not their culture to mistreat their people. Why would they not be saving their people? Why would they also be quarantining their people?
Okay.
If it's not real.
Nah, it's real. Nah, I know. I believe. Listen, I believe this shit is 1,000% real. I'm not up here to say that this shit is 1,000% real. You got to take this shit 100% serious right now. But what I'm saying is, they're not giving us enough information for us to even really be safe. And then
they don't have it.
And they're still sending people outside. I'm one of the people myself. They're still sending me to work. Bro, they still trying to send me to work. They trying to say I gotta use my days in order for me to be out right now. When it's a fucking pandemic. They trying to compare this to a blizzard. People, like, well, you work for I don't care what entity I work for. At this point, if you're saying there's some shit that's airborne, that not even a mask or whatever you're saying, that won't even protect me. And nobody needs to be out. And nobody needs to be, it don't need to be more than 50 people. I work in a fucking office. Like, come on, man. You know, it's just, and this is the scenario for how many millions of the Americans. I'm not the only person that they're sending. I'm not some special guy, and I'm not a non-essential worker. I'm a non-essential worker. I'm not a police officer, EMT worker, a fire, department-owned person. I'm not in military. Why the hell are they sending me to work? Why?
Economy still needs to make money.
You can't. Look, but at the detriment of humanity though, and that concept is why I don't fucking trust my system. Because if you'll send an average American person, you know this shit, you don't know what the fuck going on, how people catch it, how you can prevent it. But you'll send an average American person who's a working person to work if they're not over the age of 60 with ailments, or they don't have kids that's at the age of 13, they gotta come to work. What the fuck? Come on, man. So you telling me my life is not valuable as these people or whatever like that? I still gotta come to work and come in the air and breathe and be around all these different people.
It's not saying that your life isn't as valuable.
You're not saying that to me, but your actions are showing me that though.
That's how you're interpreting it. There's a big difference. Because what it says is you can still function. You're not at risk. You're not a child. It's always been that way. Men between the age of 18 and 32, no matter what's going on, how serious it is, you got to get out there and you got to do it.
Fuck me all up.
It's always that way.
It's not just me. I work in the office with all women. I'm putting that into perspective. It's a bunch of women still at work with me right now. Older women too.
I get it. But the point is, if you're not old or you're not a child, you're not sick, if you're able-bodied, you can survive the disease.
So you saying that, but that's not true, because it's people who contracted the disease.
They can contract it. They can spread it.
Who's in their 30s and shit like that, and that's in severe conditions right now. So that's not true.
Yeah.
They can't prove to say that. Just because you're in between the age of 18 and 35, if you catch this coronavirus, you can combat it and recover 100%, or you're not gonna. That's not true, because you have cases of people who are in this age bracket who have severe conditions right now. Not all those people was mentally complicated before they caught it. Not all these people had immune deficiencies. So I just feel like come on, man. Why you gotta sacrifice me?
You're the backbone of society. That's just how it is. It's the truth.
I'm nobody's pawn, man.
It's not about being a pawn.
It's like you're a pawn of capitalism. That's what you are. Well, trying to basically put me as a pawn of capitalism.
You're the backbone of society.
Man,
you are.
That. You
don't want to accept it, but it's the truth.
You're the backbone.
You are,
front line.
According to my check, I ain't the fucking backbone.
Crazy.
They pay me enough.
This ain't my budget. This shit way over my head right now.
You talking about? You talking
nigga? Director's supposed to be out or something right now. Let my little budget ass stay in the cut right now.
You can't do
but
that.
Then when you get off work, you gotta go in the house and quarantine.
Yeah, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Yo. So
that's when you gonna get my money.
Get
out there.
I'm just putting that's one scenario out just to say that's why I have distrust in the government, but I also feel like this shit is a serious. We don't know how the virus is serious. However, whether you saying it's 5G, whether you saying it's a real virus, whether you saying it's a common, I feel like that. However, it's affecting people's bodies. You can't. But what's fucking me up right now is the people that I wanna watch all these celebrities who have contracted it. Idris Elba, Stringer Bells, people know him. I call niggas Stringer Bell. Kevin Durant.
I see KD tap. I'm funny. I see KD tap.
Yeah,
shit just got real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that's just how I am.
Because it's like, all right, so because they saying they didn't have any symptoms. Other people we've heard quoted was already they hospitalized. It's all it's bad situations. But these people are saying, well, I feel great. I ain't no symptoms with me. So I would like to see because they're not gonna be able to hide it. If they get hospitalized, it's gonna be publicized. Yeah. So I want to see.
They under a microscope.
I want to see what's gonna happen with these people's conditions.
I wonder what was it to make these people have to take the test?
Test.
Like what was you doing? Like everybody who rich. Oh, I feel good. I don't feel none of the effects. Everybody who poor, I'm fucked up. I can't even get the test.
Nah, you can't
so why is you even taking the test?
Word.
Like the test KD took.
Yo,
you could have get
that's a good point. I never even looked at
you
that.
Go to the hospital right
KD
now,
test could have went over here. You see him fucked up.
Yeah.
KD, you don't need to take that test, bro. You alright. So why, you ain't got no headaches. You ain't got no fever. Why you taking the test? Get at the homie over here who laid out.
Shit. Yeah,
damn. Who laid out.
Y'all saying that y'all don't got the
and
test
he got
right now.
102.7 fever.
Damn.
Like I said, I was at the hospital Friday. I seen a college kid come in there. Him and his moms and shit. They came, man. He like, yo, I've been throwing up. You know what I mean? I've been nauseous. You know what I mean? So I'm coming to get checked out. Like I've been like this for the past couple hours. So I was seeing if it passed through, but I'm still. You know what I mean? I threw up like 4 or 5 times. They gave that nigga, they put that nigga in the room, took a temperature, gave him something for throwing up, and sent his ass back home.
Take this Tylenol.
That was what, 4 or 5 days ago.
Take this Tylenol, go sit in a cold tub, and your temperature gonna come down, and you let me know in a couple days.
See what I'm saying? So, and this is why the pandemic
is lit.
It's lit. You know what I mean?
It's lit. It ain't like, oh, we late to the party. That's
y'all saying it's taking niggas down. So my thing is, so whatever the number is right now in America, you gotta multiply that shit by at least like a motherfucking. You're gonna have to multiply it at least by 1,000 if you ask me, because you're talking about something that's being airborne. And you talking about something that's still alive on the surface or something.
And then you talk about something that people have and that's asymptomatic.
See what I'm saying?
It's not like as soon as you catch it,
you feel it.
You know what I mean? The effects start coming down. You feeling like you know you can feel when you're getting sick, right? That's not conjecture. That's fact. You know when you're getting sick. Now you're telling me something that we dealing with that's asymptomatic. You know, people that's tested positive for this shit.
Good.
They don't even know they got it. But then
my thing is,
man,
it's a boogeyman. It's still a boogeyman to me because how I only know I got it because you told me I got it.
Where did it come? So did it really come from somebody eating bat soup?
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they saying.
That's what they say.
So
coronaviruses originate in animals.
Yeah. So my thing is like, all right. So I kinda. So I'm a little into the weird shit, right? So. If
not bat soup, right?
No. I don't consume nothing weird. I ain't consuming shit. I'm a picky ass, eat ass it is. I'm saying like, yo, if they saying, yo, coronavirus, it's an outbreak. I'm going to the house and I'm gonna watch the movie Outbreak. You know what I mean?
Facts only, because you be
Like,
getting a little.
I'm the type of nigga. Before I went to Six Flags, I watched Final Destination and the roller coaster broke. And then I'm like, damn, I know I'm going to Six Flags tomorrow. Why the fuck I just watched it? But that's the type of shit that
I need to see the fair.
Yeah, like, you
Then
know what I mean?
I'm
back at this shit really good. I'm one of them type of niggas, right? So I watched some of the documentary that they got on Netflix. I forgot the name of it, but Pandemic. Yeah,
it just came out recently when this shit
see what I'm saying?
popped off. Coincidentally, you know, people act like,
they just had it made in the cut.
Hey, just for when this shit pop off, yeah, we gonna put this out to y'all. Man,
that's on there. It's another one up there. It's motherfucking the Simpsons shit going crazy. But my thing is, right? I watched some of that shit, and you know they
what was let me just fuck this. I'm gonna just go to this. We don't gotta even indulge in it too much, but even think about like this shit when Kobe died with the Kobe Bryant cartoon shit, him dying in a helicopter. How fucking ironic, man.
Yeah.
How ironic that this guy had a cartoon of him dying in a fucking helicopter before he actually dies in a helicopter.
Thinking, is it real or is it somebody who knows how to make this cartoon and everything and then release it? But it didn't have everybody going nuts.
But if you look at a lot of the origins of it, like even with the Simpson shit with the virus, that shit really did, like when you trace the origin,
out before.
Like it's in the catalog. So you type in,
you know what I mean? Out before they removed it because of everything that was going on. But people was, this 2020, man. Everybody, it's in the age of the internet, niggas pulling up everything. You know, so people
like
posting.
You can't hide shit.
You can't hide nothing right now. That's like you say, I can't hide. You can't hide no information right now. It's 2020, man.
So that's my thinking. Even because just the internet is crazy, I need somebody with the hard catalog of The Simpsons, pull out the DVD and play me that episode. If not, I'm still kind of, I'm kind of skeptical that it could have been inserted and uploaded. And you could, in photography, you could add a little bit of grind to make it, to make it look a little older or whatever. So all of that, I be kind of like, damn, Simpsons. Like they know
everything. Yeah, it just seemed too.
I'm about to try to get them. I hope they got something to fix my credit score, y'all. They had 950 credit score.
Yeah, man. So so before we wrap this up though,
you gotta get the guard bar.
Oh yeah. Damn, nothing threw me off with that shit. So
that's why I told you at 47 because I didn't know if you want to finish it off on an hour or whatever, but you gotta get that.
Yeah, so it's also another thing that we've been privy to too, myself. Something called this it's called the Higgs boson, and aka the God particle, right?
Also referenced in The Simpsons.
that was in Simpsons too?
Nah,
they did
bro.
episode? God damn, Simpsons.
There's an episode where Homer Simpson draws on a chalkboard, and it is the exact equation for the God particle.
See, that's what I'm saying. This shit is
and it's from the 90s, I think.
He must have got kicked out though.
Nah, you serious?
Yeah.
And the nigga dead too. The
person who created
who found it?
Who wrote all the episodes and all of that?
No, I'm talking about the nigga who found the God particle. That nigga dead too, though.
Yeah.
From what I heard, the nigga gone, man. But
so about angels and demons.
I didn't mean to sidetrack you.
Yeah. No, I ain't sidetracked, but that shit just fucked me up, though, man.
Angels and demons.
God damn.
God particles.
The Simpsons probably got an episode of this shit, man.
Yeah,
Three niggas in the basement talking some bullshit, man.
Miss Treasury Borgia. The real face of Jesus.
But yeah, man, like and what's in Geneva, Switzerland?
Yeah, definitely.
It's in Geneva, Switzerland, and it's I believe they call it the collider. And what they doing is they taking particles, they taking atoms and all that shit, and they smashing them together at a high speed.
Like a speed of light.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
and they smashing them together, and the point of it is to recreate the exact moment of life. So we all know the Frankenstein theory, right? We could human technology, they could put a body together. They could from the toes to the fucking hair on your head. They could create a Frankenstein, but they could never bring Frankenstein to life. And that's what the God particle is. It's supposed to be the exact moment of life, and it's captured inside of a bottle. And what that does is that alleviates God, right? So if you can prove, if you could recreate life, that makes you a God.
Yes.
That's
fact. That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, scientists they've been out there for a long time, and they've been running that machine. And from the place where it's located is real, like, I guess you want to say satanic. You know what I mean? In a sense.
Or biblical.
Yeah, like we'll use biblical because I ain't gonna get into the right or the left side because that's politics. You know what I mean? But and they even got the statue of Sheba.
Yeah, Shiva.
Yeah, Sheba. You know what I mean, with the arms and all that shit. And she did
the
with
goddess
her
of destruction.
Yeah, with her little war dance and everything. But yeah, even movies like Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks. God damn.
Damn, Tom, he only got the coronavirus right now?
Yeah, the same nigga.
No, they got released.
He released?
Mm-hmm.
So he shook it off. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I gotta see a nigga tap dead off this shit, man. Like,
so he got released?
Mm-hmm. Released from the hospital. Yesterday.
Everybody who got that dough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
As far as I feel as though that these entertainers and rich people has been paid
To act like they
push
got
the
it.
issue.
Magic Johnson. This is what I keep telling
They've
niggas,
been
man.
paid
It's the
to push
Magic
this
Johnson
issue
shit,
to
man.
help do whatever.
Damn.
To put because we need somebody to. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody that everybody knows.
Look, everybody knows your name, and they always glad you came. Niggas gonna follow these celebrities. You know, we look at celebrities like they are new Fred Hamptons and
They the gods.
and
They the
Huey
gods.
P's and Malcolms and all this shit.
And I never want to wish anything. I never want to wish anything bad on anybody, but they always say like, all right, all this is going on, but which one of us know someone who passed away from it?
Yeah.
And then you be lost, like, damn, so it must be fake.
Mm-hmm.
Some bullshit. And then you just go back to your skepticism
Mm-hmm.
of the government.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Because
everybody, all the people who got the money, and then you wondering if the other people that you see pictures of are actors.
Yeah.
And this goes into 9/11s and
fucking crisis
all this
actors,
other
man.
stuff.
But it pushes because like I keep saying, it's pushing people to willingly give up their fucking civil fucking rights and their liberties. Every major scare, it always came with shit behind it. So my only skepticism is what's behind it. I'm not worried about right now. I ain't worried about right now. It is what it is right now.
Yeah.
If it's quarantine, okay,
Yeah, we
it's
locking
on quarantine.
Fuck it.
If it's no more than 50 people, okay, I'll do 51 people. You know what I mean? I push it a little bit. I'll do 55. You know what I'm saying? But
See.
yeah, he's staff. He ain't with us. He's staff. You know what I mean? No 5 over there, staff. But you know what I'm saying? But like I said, this I believe that this something like you just said. This shit out of our pay grade, man. So only thing we really have is our, you know what I mean? Our skepticism. Only because we ain't gonna know till we get there, till we see how this shit play out. And we all gave different opinions, you know what I'm saying? Some might be right, some might be wrong, some might never come to light if they was right or wrong, but you know, at the end of the day, only thing that we could do is be safe. You know what I mean? Watch who you. I don't need shit. I was about to give out some advice. I don't know What the fuck?
It's kind of like, you know what? How you say with the faith and all that, and there's a line that
my bad.
there's a line that Jay-Z said like is like you pray to God so long that you atheist.
Yeah.
It's like you go one way so much that you don't believe shit.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Because it's like follow blind. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what faith is. It's just having, okay, so now it's just having faith. Just follow, and I, see, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day, man. Because I believe that's what, that you know what I mean? Like
it's hard to follow blind.
Yeah, that Christianity stuff, man, and just, you know, with the white Jesus and all that shit, just following blind, like, you know, don't rebel back, don't socialize with people, just quarantine yourself, have faith, we're gonna get through this. Even though we don't know the answers, you know what I mean? Just play it cool. So while I'm sitting over here playing it cool, you shaking behind my back, shaking and moving. Yeah. Because you relying on my faith. So now, okay, right now, right? So Muslims is down the third or whatever. You can't go to the masjid on Friday.
Nope.
You can't go to church on Sunday.
Nope.
So this is what I'm saying. So if we removing God, if we taking y'all God away from y'all, right?
Yeah, we putting the scientists in front.
And we gonna put the scientists. The scientists gonna lead it. So now that goes back to the collider and the CERN shit. Because what do science do? It alleviates God, right?
Like the ultimate, that's the ultimate.
So if now more than anything, people need to, like you said, people need human actions. People need hugs. People need to pray with other people. People need God. They need this and that. But no, the answer is go in the house, hide. Our scientist is working. They gonna save y'all from the darkness. And that's just what I get from
And in turn, whatever the scientists come up and say is the best solution,
he just saved humanity.
Everybody gonna accept it.
Damn right.
But one thing we don't understand is when we do accept it, when we get to that point, better yet, what's the consequences and repercussions behind that of accepting that? Because if you look at all of the medications, it's always side effects, man. So we'll see. That's what happened. I just pray that everything and everybody just create a plan amongst their families and their communities, man. It's time to y'all all got iPhones and shit, you know, all these expensive phones. Get on FaceTime right now and put a play together. Yeah. You know, in case something happen when you gotta deliver some shipment to your grandmother's house, or shit might get real. You might gotta get something to somebody else, or something to do something for somebody, or help somebody in some trying times right now. You know, so let's just strategize and mobilize.
Just have faith. Well, do you put your faith in God or you put your faith in the scientists?
You better believe in something.
Yeah, that's the time God believe in something, motherfucker. That's all.
You better believe something, because Corona coming, motherfucker. Corona coming, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you got anything that you want to leave people with as they in their quarantines? No? Yeah. Hold on, motherfuckers. That's what he said.
Get toilet tissue.
Hold on, motherfuckers.
Keep buying all the toilet tissue up.
Keep buying toilet tissue.
You niggas
and yeah.
Still eating a bunch
of... I know how to find you niggas, man. I can find anybody. Man.
We about to download that app.
I got the app sitting next to me. I got a set of skills.
Until next time.
Until next time, man. Stay quarantined, man. Don't be out here touching nobody. Yeah.